Listen, I did not know I had so many maniacs running wild on my shit. Can y'all get up out of here? If you a maniac, can you get up off my shit? Just go ahead. It's fine. Just quietly unsubscribe and just go ahead on quietly, okay? Because I did not know it was that hot. Okay, I did not know. Anyway, shout out to the maniacs because y'all was feeling yourselves this weekend. So much so that you went on down in them comments of Queen Chelsea. And y'all done told that woman you gonna kill her. Now you know that don't make no sense. This is actually a very good conversation on media training. And let me say this: by no means am I an expert on how to talk to people in the public. I'm not a public figure, okay? But doing podcasts and people who are able to hold people's attention for longer than 5 minutes, that is a talent and a feat in themselves. Let's give it a round of applause for the people that hold people's attention for longer than 5 minutes. Let me tell y'all something. A motherfucker could make a podcast 30 minutes and y'all watch 10. I put a podcast up that was 5 minutes long and y'all managed to average 2 minutes of that. I said, if y'all don't listen to the goddamn podcast. No, cousins, I love y'all. But I'm telling you, it is a talent to hold people's attention with interesting stuff, to keep them engaged and stuff like that. And it's also a talent to know how to respond in high octane situations. Chelsea Green, as seasoned as she is, she's been wrestling for a long time. I wish WWE would let her cut loose in the ring because she could go in the ring. But she's been more focused on her character work. And with all that being said, we know her to be goofy, silly, and she plays her role well. So she was down to the Fox News, and they asked her about King Maniac. We'll just call him that because I don't even want to say his name because it does something to the people. So King Maniac, and they asked her whatever, it's fresh. Everybody's still like, oh my God, what's going on? So with that being said, she gave her response. Now, this is the thing. When it's a very polarizing figure, the word polarizing is being used a lot. And I don't really like that word because it's a cop-out. Controversial is the word that should be used, okay? Willfully ignorant should be used for certain figures of pop culture, and it's okay. Be honest, right? So she got up there and she said, essentially, political views aside, Hulk Hogan's influence on, God damn it, King Maniac influence on wrestling world has clearly been undeniable. He inspired millions and shaped an entire generations of fans, my husband included. We are mourning the loss of an icon and legend. My love goes out to his family. That's basically what she said verbatim, which is what she put on her Instagram. Child, them people went in there and lit her ass up from the rooter to the tutor after she got off TV. And the crazy part is you could tell she was kind of nervous and she was like, looking for the right words because of the elephants in the room. It's one thing to have an elephant in the room. It's another thing to have a whole fucking, tribe of them motherfuckers in the room. And everybody got to stand up there and be like, I want to say this person was fantastic. And you look up at all the people that was offended, abused, touched, all fucked up by them, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, or otherwise. And you got to stand there and try to give, nice words about this person. You have to eulogize them the best way you can. And that's basically what she did, but it put her in a bad position. And the people went over there and cut up real bad. So this is what she said down to the X. I want to say this. I want to say I encourage those to leave X and go over to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a better and calmer and more glued together platform. It works just like Twitter, but I think it's more controlled. Twitter's just the wild, wild west. It's the free for all. Motherfuckers could run you down, post pictures of you, AI, buck, ball, naked, doing all kinds of crazy shit, and nothing happens in the guise and the cover of your First Amendment rights. But anyway, I'm just saying, check out Blue Sky. I'm over there under Wrestling Color Podcast if you want to follow me. Chelsea Green went on ahead and she said, I've tried to keep my page positive and comedic, but today a lot changed and it hit harder than I expected. The name calling, the death threats, the faceless accounts. There you go. That's it. The faceless accounts. Social media was supposed to be a fun place and it hasn't been for a while. Sweetie, it hasn't been for years since Twitter was sold. It has not been under control because there's literally no, Twitter is just a platform. There is no like employees, right? It's just a platform. We already saw how all of that took place. She said it's been overwhelming and I need to step away for a bit. Love my patriots, your President Chels. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be real honest. I know who did this. And y'all get in the comments if you want. This is a white folks. I'm not even gonna kid you. Let me tell y'all something. For whatever reason, the white folks that feel like they can step in front of people and kind of speak for everybody, they overdo it, and it becomes more of a savior complex. This is white folks that got in that comments and basically ran this woman down and told her they was gonna kill her and all that old kind of shit, and faces accounts, which I also consider bots, because the bot farms are out of control. They done took over my office phone at work. I don't even bring my office phone home because the bots. It is common, it's expected, and it's almost like it's promoted. You say something people don't like and they immediately run down on you. I, on the other hand, I have no problem with a healthy discord. If you can give me a coherent argument, then we could go back and forth. But I'm not going to sit there and you just want to say some wild shit and walk off and I'm supposed to just be like, oh, okay. No, that's literally emotional abuse and I don't deal with it, okay? She was abused on the damn X, okay? And she knows who's doing it. The IWC, once again, has gone rogue and start running wild on people who don't agree with you. I've never said that you aren't allowed to agree with me. All I said was explain yourself. And that is essentially what Chelsea Green is saying. If you don't agree with what she said, explain and tell her where she went wrong. But in this case, I'm going to be honest with you. There's not too much you could do when motherfuckers is asking you to say something nice about somebody who had a long rap sheet of crazy shit. Okay? It's crazy. Just like, we could talk about Hitler. Let's go ahead and talk about Hitler. Listen, Hitler has been taught to us and a long rap sheet of terrible shit. For all we know, that man could have been feeding people on the bread line every Sunday. I wouldn't know that because of what he did was so far-reaching and so abusive that is what we know. So when we hear people say, well, maybe what he was doing was right, you automatically get your ears go up. Like, what? What are you talking about? How can you give somebody like that kudos on any fucking thing? Have you not watched history? This is a conversation we have all the time. And then people pick and choose depending on who they like. And this is the thing with consistency. You got to be consistent. You got to have values. You got to stand strong in your convictions. Okay? If you say you don't like a certain demographic of people, I say stick with it and deal with it. And when the shit hit the fan, don't turn to those people and say, my bad, I ain't know. It's too late. And don't expect the people who had to deal with the abuse for years and years and years and years to turn around and say, oh, well, we gotta give space because in the afterlife, I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you live a good life with hiccups here and there that wasn't so fucking devastating, anybody can give you a fantastic eulogy. if you lived a decent life and helped people and showed empathy. Okay. I saw what she had wrote and I kind of scratched my head, but then I said, you know what? After I saw her on the Fox interview, I just went ahead and got off. I said they gonna put all these people in these fucked up ass positions, and they know that these people got fans of all walks of life, and it's gonna be hard because now you got to explain yourself to the other fans because they're confused. Political views aside, it was never about the politics. We already knew about the politics. It's about the 32 other things. Politics was one. Politics was one out of 100 and something other problems. So it came off as dismissive. When she wrote that, did she know? No, she just wanted to make sure that she did her due diligence as a student of pro wrestling. This is what's expected. When someone dies in Hollywood, we expect to hear Hollywood galvanize and give a nice send off. They do it too. Okay? When something happens in the journalistic world, Tom Brokaw died or something like that, we expect all the journals to galvanize and tell you how fantastic this person is. But then you have to also be ready for the people to say, excuse me, that person's a piece of shit, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is why I feel the way I feel. But you can't keep telling people you're gonna kill yourselves. This ain't nothing but another storyline. What did we tell Naomi about Jade Cargill? You don't have to like her. Your grievances are valid. They may be a little foggy. You may have gotten signal mixed. But you cannot attempt to murder nobody down to the car in the windshield at the job. You can't do it. It works the same. Remember, I told you, wrestling literally mirrors what goes on in society. People don't like something, they go nuts. They want to destroy you. They want to ruin everything you got. They want to run you down. And sometimes it's valid and it's warranted. It's valid and it's warranted. And then you got the people that are double down and it's like, oh, wait a minute, motherfucker. Now you done crossed the line. Now I got to get you real good. But when people go on head to glory, you ain't got to deal with it no more. You ain't got to deal with it. You free of it. And this will be the end of it for Chelsea Green. She ain't got to deal with it. She gotta hold her head high. She gotta take all the abuse and she gotta move the fuck on. She had to turn off her comments and go ahead and do a mental health moment. This internet ain't nothing to play with. It is a powerful tool, and everyone knows and everyone has access. And they use it wrong. There's a right way and a wrong way. That's why it's called internet literacy classes. But you know what? Education right now is being demonized. But I just say this, and I'm going to wrap it up. I would like for these superstars to be more coached when they're giving their feedback. So this is how I would coach Chelsea Green and others when it's time to have these deep type of discussions. How do you feel about King Maniac? You know, he made a huge impact in your profession. How do you feel right now? You know, I feel like it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. You know, he played a pivotal role in the making of this thing that we call pro wrestling, and there was a lot of people before him that also contributed, but his impact was huge, and it spanned across a couple of genres of entertainment. And you know, I wish the family well. And that should have been it. And as the reporter keeps pushing, well, what do you feel about, you know, all the things that he said and did? And you say, you know what, there are times and places for everything. And at the end of the day, the way you live your life is the way you're going to be remembered. So I just implore everyone to practice more empathy and sympathy and understanding and give people grace. Give people grace when you don't understand, you know, what they got going on and you have a negative response to them. Even me saying give people grace is gonna throw somebody's ear up and say, what you mean give people grace? What the fuck you mean? Because everyone's so quick to speak and not hear. Give people grace, meaning you know that don't punch down. Don't punch down if you're up here. Punching down is a cop out. It's a sign of ignorance and weakness. Give people grace. Think better. Be better. And you will get a better eulogy and you will look better in the long run. That's all I'm saying. Leave Chelsea Green alone, child. Y'all get in the comments if you made it this far.